daughters started running around smashing whiskey barrels. She made her bed when she decided to become another Carrie Nation, and now she'll have to lie in it. This brought another cloudburst of weeping from Mother. Alice rose from the table to comfort her. Father sighed and handed me his empty cup. "Fill this for me, would you, Harriet? That's a good girl." Our hired girl had the morning off, so I obediently took his cup to the kitchen to refill it, then sat down and waited for Act 2 of this drama. "Please, John, I'm begging you," Mother said. "Please get her out of that terrible place." "And that's another thing," Father said. "What kind of an example is she setting for our daughters?" He poured cream into the coffee I'd brought him and slowly stirred it, as if not expecting a reply. Aside from begging and weeping, my mother could do nothing to help Grandma Beebe, which was ironic, since Grandma was working hard to give women more power in this world. And Grandma Beebe despised tears. Women should never use them as weapons, she always insisted, especially to prevail upon a man to change his mind. Yet, ironically, my mother had resorted to tears in order to persuade my father. Grandma Beebe wouldn't have approved. But Grandma was in jail. And tears were ultimately what convinced Father to go downtown and bail her out. Alice had joined the deluge of weeping, and Father wasn't strong enough to stop the flood or stand firm against it. No man was. My sister's heart was as soft and gooey as oatmeal. She could turn her tears on and off like a modern-day plumbing faucet, and was capable of unleashing buckets of them. Alice was 16, and so beautiful that brilliant men became stupid whenever they were around her. The moment her wide blue eyes welled up, every man in sight would pull out a white handkerchief and offer it to her, as if waving in surrender. Grandma Beebe had no patience with her. "Your sister could do a great deal of good for the cause," she once told me. "Alice is the kind of woman who men go to war over, like Helen of Troy. But she'll squander it all, I'm sorry to say. She'll surrender to the first humbug who dishes her a little sweet talk. Women like her always do. It's too bad." Grandma said with a sigh, "Your sister believes the lie that women are the weaker sex. Her prodigious use of tears perpetuates that myth. But there's hope for you, Harriet," Grandma Beebe added. Whenever the subject of Alice's amazing beauty arose, Grandma would pat my unruly brown hair and say, "Thank goodness you're such a plain child. You'll have to rely on your wits." The fact that Alice came to Grandma's rescue with tears is ironic, isn't it? I didn't join the torrent of weeping that morning. I didn't want to let Grandma down. I loved my grandmother, and I greatly admired her ferocity and passion. Mind you, these weren't qualities that polite society admired in women, but they fascinated me. Even so, I didn't want to be like my fiery grandmother and end up in jail, any more than I wanted to be a dutiful wife like Mother, or a virtuous siren like Alice. But how was I supposed to live as a modern woman, born just before the dawn of the 20th century? What other choices did I have? That's the question I was endeavoring to answer when I ended up in jail. But I was only 10 that fateful day when Grandma got arrested, and still young enough to be ignored most of the time, unless Father needed more coffee. I was a keen observer, however, absorbing everything that went on around me as I began drawing a map for my life. Grandma Beebe told me that everyone's life led somewhere, and so I needed to have a plan. "Grip the rudder and steer, Harriet. Don't just drift gently down the stream. If you don't have a map, you might run around somewhere or end up crushed against the rocks. Always know where you're headed." She had given up on coaching Mother and Alice.